Hey guys, so I already posted a video today and I usually only do one, but I have to record this because I'm just so confident that I am about to make a shitload of money. Like I'm already making that money mentally. Like I don't think you guys understand how much I'm working right now. Like I wake up and all day, every fucking day, I just work. And and then I work the whole entire day, not even going outside the house, not even once. And then I can't even fall asleep. I go to sleep on time at the same time every day. At least I try to. And I'm just laying in bed and thinking about work for like an hour and planning out everything I can do and like coming up with all these scenarios and everything I could do and I should do. Like it's not even funny, bro. Like I'm starting to forget how to not work, you know? Like, it's hard for me to just do something else other than work. Even when I'm with my girlfriend, I see her once a week. I find myself thinking about work, checking my phone all the time to see if I got any emails or messages or whatever, and just sitting and while she's speaking to me, sometimes I'm just thinking about work and what I can do. It's honestly pretty insane. And And yet, of course, I understand that I'm still not doing enough because while I'm doing all this work, there's someone who gets a lot more done with the same amount of time. So, obviously, part of this is optimizing and just getting more done per unit of time. But I'm getting there. So, I just wake up and I work, bro. And I'm not saying this as like a vanity thing, like, yo, look at me, I'm working so much, I'm so cool. Or as a complaining thing, where like, oh, poor me, I'm working so much. It's neither of these two. It's just mainly to document this because when the money comes very soon, inevitably, very, very soon, when I get all the money and all the experiences, which I already got last year, but when I get them again and get a sick car and a house, I want people to see that it wasn't just some overnight bullshit. And it's not like me just sitting and doing nothing. I'm actually thinking about work or working every hour I'm awake. Like, there's nothing I can do but work. And then, even when I'm like technically not working, like let's say I'm eating, right, then I can't be doing something productive. You know, I'm still thinking about work. I'm watching educational content about the problems that I'm currently facing in business. And I'm still subconsciously and consciously, I guess, like doing work and thinking about work. Work is on my mind, even when I'm not supposed to be working. It's like there's no end to it. And the scariest part is like the billionaires, the guys that are really, really set, like super loaded, they're probably working even more. Like Elon Musk and all these other big billionaires, they probably work even more and they're 40 or 50 years older than me, which is insane. It's scary because if I'm working like this now and they are still working like this at their point, like at their level, I'm probably never going to stop working like this. Or if I do, then I'm never going to reach their level. That's what it takes. Like, I understand how much I work now, and the idea that I'll have to do this for another 40 years, I'm gonna go crazy just thinking about this. But, that's how it is. That's how it is. But the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about how much I work and how much I do is not self-pity or pride in how much I work. The first and the only emotion I feel when I reflect on how much I work per day is the fact that I'm not doing enough, and subconsciously trying to come up with ways to get more done per unit of time. I'm very dissatisfied with how much work I get done. And it's definitely a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing for my psyche mentally, but it's definitely a good thing for productivity, just always looking to improve. But I am making a lot of progress. It's the end of the month. Tomorrow I'm gonna summarize in my journal how March went for me. I hit almost all of my goals and targets, even outside of business. Everything I wanted to do, some huge things. I did pretty much everything, and I actually exceeded the expectations. I didn't think it's gonna go this well, but it did, which is pretty cool. So it's very nice. Like the only reason I am happy about this is that I have tracking in place and I reflect on it in my journal. If I didn't reflect on my progress in my journal once a month, which I just started doing like last month, if I didn't do that, if I didn't start, I would have no way to know whether I'm actually making progress or not, and then I would likely just burn out and stop because, like, what's the point if I'm not making any tangible progress? But now I have it all on my whiteboard, in my journal, in these videos, you guys know. So I'm looking at like on a day-to-day basis or even a week-to-week basis. It's like not a lot of really things gets done. Not a lot of stuff gets done. But if you look at it month to month or even quarter to quarter, it's a night and day difference. So tomorrow, essentially in 1 hour from now, Q2 is going to start with April, Q2. And I am in such a dramatically different position from where I was 1 quarter ago at the end of Q4. In a good way. I was in a horrible position back then. Mentally and financially, I was not technically in a bad position like from the first glance, but it was just going downhill and I had no opportunities and I was just such a retard, bro, for the lack of a better word, with my money and how I spend it. So now, a quarter later, maybe a day later from that point, even if I worked as hard as I could, nothing would really change. A week later, some things would change, but nothing really tangible, nothing at all. A month later, it was better, but really not too big of a difference. 2 months later, there was a significant difference, and now 3 months later, a quarter later, that's what I'm talking about. Now I'm really in a very, very different position, positively. And if I didn't just fucking work my ass off for the last 3 months, I would have been nowhere. I would have still been in the same rut I was in 3 months ago. So that's what it fucking takes, bro. If I just sit on the couch and do nothing, I'm gonna get nowhere. So I'm gonna continue working. And the most exciting part about this whole reflection is the future, bro. I don't intend to stop. I'm not gonna stop. I have systems in place to catch me, that prevent me from falling back down into the rut. I'm not stopping. I didn't stop for 3 months now. I don't see a reason to stop now. In fact, if anything, I just keep working more and more and more. I've been accelerating the progress rate over the last 3 months because my girlfriend's now at the army, so I don't have to, I don't see her at all, once a week maybe, so I don't dedicate any of my time or even attention to that, really, to my girlfriend, which is obviously sad, but for business it's technically good because I can focus more on work and give it more of my mind space. But like I said, it's just so exciting, like thinking about the future, bro. Look, like, especially because, like I said, it compounds and it's exponential growth. I was progressing at a way slower rate 3 months ago than I am now. So I'll be progressing 5 times faster in 3 months from now if I just keep going at the same rate of work, of like the same amount of work per day or per month, which is so exciting. Like, I can't wait to see where I'm going to be in another 3 months. Because, like I said, it compounds and it's exponential growth. I can't even imagine where I'll be. It's ridiculous. And think about half a year from now. Think about end of the year. Think about Q4. Like, it's crazy how far you can get if you just keep working. Because a lot of people don't know, but it actually does compound, and even I forget about it sometimes. But like I said, when you look back and you reflect like this and you see how much progress you really make, and that just pushes me to keep going in and of itself. And again, if I didn't have tracking in place, if I didn't know consciously where I was 3 months ago versus where I am now, then I would probably, be tempted to give up or have very little motivation because I would not see any tangible progress. But now, because I know for a fact that I made a lot of progress and I can feel it and track it and like see in my journal and on my whiteboard how many things I got done. Over the last 3 months, I posted 3 videos on my main YouTube channel, like 45 videos on the Raw channel, did so many other things, like figured out the tax situation, paid off all of my debt and taxes, got a bunch of other stuff that's like secondary, got a bunch of money paid in, set up so many systems and learned so much. I'm gonna reflect on everything and take a closer look in my journal. Obviously, I didn't do it yet, so I don't know off the top of my head exactly what I achieved just yet, but these are just some things that came to my mind right now, and that is already pretty significant, but there's obviously a lot more. That's not everything I did. But yeah, it's insane, bro. It's honestly insane how much I got done and how different the position I'm in is now versus 3 months ago. It's night and day difference. And like I said, I'm very excited to see where I'll be in another month and obviously in another 3 months. But that being said, I'm not impatient or whatever. I'm comfortable waiting and just working because I enjoy walking. I enjoy the progress and the process itself more than the destination. So even if I get nowhere in a month and I'm still in the same position, I'll keep working because shit happens. I won't be in the same position in a month, but it's like I'm not in it for the destination. I'm mostly in it for the work right now, to be honest. Sometimes I feel like I use work to escape. I felt like that sometimes on my journey. But now it's not like that right now. It's just crazy drive and motivation and excitement. And excitement about the future and what I'm going to achieve. Yeah. I'm supposed to be asleep now. I needed to be asleep at like 10:30 and it's already 11. Because like I said, I just can't sleep anymore, bro. I can't sleep. So Can't sleep anymore. I'll have to take sleeping pills tonight. It's insane. I remember watching a video from Ben Fashani from his early days when he was just starting out, and he recorded a very similar video of him just expressing how much he works and how insane it is, like, to him. It was more sad and in a bad mood than I am right now. I'm not in a bad mood at all, but I kind of relate to him in his early stages when he was just like coming up, the first 200 days of his journey, or 300. But this is not his journey, this is my journey. And of course, it's different. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna go try to sleep. Thank you for watching. Probably gonna stay up for another 2 hours working and then wake up late. But yeah, thank you for watching.